Alright, hey guys, with Abomination 9 here. We're back playing some more Doki Doki Literature Club. When we left off, we confessed to Sayuri, we hung out with Yuri, and then we raced back home to go to Sayuri's house to see if something was wrong because she didn't show up to school yet, which I also talked about. How I already knew from day one that Monica was a yandere, because you never trust someone who's too nice or too perfect. Clearly, she was evil, and I knew from day one that she was evil. And I'm almost 100% positive that she's a yandere, and she's been watching me this entire time, and she's killed Sayori, and possibly even Yuri, because she might have saw Yuri lick my finger in the last episode. So I'm almost certain that Yuri and Sayori are dead. And I believe if that is in fact true, well, then I would assume the way to stop that would be, one, hang out with Monica when you have the choice to hang out with someone, and two, tell Sayori that you're friends, not that you love her, that you're friends, and that might save the two of them. I'd assume. That's just my opinion. I don't actually know. This is all speculation. This is just me seeing into the future and putting the pieces together. I'm assuming that I'm gonna come to Sayori and she's gonna be dead. End of discussion. I should have tried a little bit harder for Sayori. Yeah, but it's too late now. She's dead, man. It's not a big deal. At least to wait for her or help her wake up. Even the simple gesture of walking her to school makes her really happy. Besides, I told her yesterday that things will be the same as they always have been. That's all she needs. And what I want to give her. I reach Sayori's house and knock on the door. I don't expect an answer since she's not picking up her phone either. Like yesterday, I opened the door and let myself in. See, this wouldn't happen if she had parents too. Like I said, Sayori's parents are gone. Like, me being able to just come in, what's her face? Monica being able to come in and kill her. Like, clearly, she has no parents to protect her. Sayori! She really is a heavy sleeper. She's dead! Ray, you idiot! I mean, it was my choices, and I knew from the get-go that Monica was a yandere, but I didn't realize that it was gonna be like this, and the only way to... I guess the only true route you could take was the Monica route, I guess, technically. Because I guess that's the answer. It's the Monica route, which I did say before that. So, if this is the last episode and everyone's dead, I can't just roll back to the Monica part, because I said... and I didn't say... I wanted to do that anyways. But after seeing the Yuri part, I was like, oh, well, I'll bite. I can't believe I ended up doing this after all. Waking her up in her own house. That's really something that a boyfriend would do, isn't it? Or a parent should be doing that, but I'm pretty sure they're dead in any case. It just feels right. Outside Sayori's room, I knock on her door. Sayori? Wake up, dummy! There's no response. I really didn't want to have to enter her room like this. Look at the last image we get before we see Sayori's dead body. Isn't it kind of a breach of privacy? But she really leaves me no choice. I gently open the door. Okay, she's hung herself, alright. What was it, the glitching there? Why is it doing this? It's actually comical, honestly. Exception has occurred. File blah blah blah. Line 302. See traceback text for details. Alright. Let me just save that. I don't think I should use this picture for the thumbnail, honestly. Because I'm assuming it would be too graphic for YouTube, and I'd rather not YouTube be all upset. What the hell? What the hell? Is this a nightmare? Well, it did do all this glitching weird shit, so it has to be. This isn't real. There's no way this could be real. Sorry, wouldn't do this. Everything was normal up till a few days ago. That's why I can't believe what my eyes are showing me. I suppressed my urge to vomit. Just yesterday, I told her I would be there for her. I told her I know what's best and that everything will be okay. Then why? Why would she do this? How could I be so helpless? What did I do wrong? Confessing to her? Yes. I shouldn't have confessed to her. That's not what Shari needed at all. She even told me how painful it is for others to care about her. Then why did I confess to her and make her feel even worse? Why was I so selfish? This is my fault. My swarming thoughts keep telling me everything I could have done to prevent this. I already know that there's 2 options to prevent this and I didn't do them. I know what they were. If I just spent more time with her, walked her to school, and remained friends with her like it's always been, then I could have prevented this. I know I could have prevented this. Screw the literature club. Screw the festival. I just lost my best friend. Someone I grew up with. She's gone forever now. Nothing I do can bring her back. This isn't some game where I can just reset and try something different. I had only one chance. I wasn't careful enough. And now I'll carry the guilt of her until I die. Nothing in my life is worth more than hers. But I still couldn't do what she needed from me. And now, I can never take it back. Never. 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 Oh, cool. That was the end. Cool. Alright. Well, I know how to fix that, so... Okay, everything's glitched out. Why is Monica there? Like that? Can I even continue? I just want to see what happens if I click continue. I see an annoying girl running towards me from distance, waving her arms and girl is blah blah blah. Good friends since we were children. Okay, so before we do this, I'm actually going to save, I guess, here. Did I actually get rid of all my saves? I guess I should have, Okay, I guess we've committed. But yeah, I knew how to fix it, I just didn't. Works out because you've known each other for so long. We used to walk to school together on days like this, but starting around high school, she would oversleep more and more frequently, and I would get tired of waiting up. But if she's going to chase after me like this, I almost feel better off running away. However, I just sigh and idle in front of the crosswalk and let catch up to me. Blah 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 blah. Don't close the game because I'm recording. It's already a school day like any other. Mornings are usually the worst, being surrounded by couples and friends, groups walking to school together. Meanwhile, I've always walked to school alone. I've always told myself it's about time I meet some girls or something like that. But I have no motivation to join any clubs. I'm perfectly content just being on the average while spending my free time on games and anime. There's always an anime club, but it's not like there would be any girls in it anyway. The school days is an ordinary as ever, and it's over before I know it. After I pack up my things, I stare blankly at the wall looking for an ounce of motivation. Clubs? There really aren't any that interest me. Besides, most of them would probably be way too demanding for me to want to deal with them. I guess I have no choice but to start with the anime club.
Ray?
It's been so long since I've done the voice that I can't really do it.
Ray?
Monica?
Oh my goodness, I totally didn't expect to see you here. It's been a while, right?
Yeah, it has. Monica smiles sweetly. We do know each other. Well, we really talked, but we were in the same class last year. Monica was probably the best popular girl in class. Smart, beautiful, athletic. Basically, completely out of my league. So having her smile at me so genuinely feels a little... What did you come in here for anyway?
Oh, I just been looking for some supplies to use for my club. Do you know if there's any construction paper in here? Or markers?
I guess you could check the closet. You're in the debate club, right?
About that. I actually quit the debate club.
My voice is super hoarse now. Really? You quit?
Yeah. To be honest, I can't stand all the politics around the major clubs. It feels like nothing but arguing about the budget, publicity, and how to prepare for events. I'd much rather take something I personally enjoy and make something special out of it.
In that case, what club do you decide? Did you decide to join?
Actually, I'm starting a new one. A literature club.
Literature? That sounds kind of dull. How many members do you have so far?
It's kind of embarrassing, but there are only 3 of us so far. It's really hard to find new members for something that sounds so boring.
Well, I can see that.
But it's really not boring at all, you know? Literature can be anything. Reading, writing, poetry. I mean, one of my members even keeps her manga collection in the club room.
Wait, really?
Yeah, it's funny, really. It's funny, right? She always insists that manga's literature too. I mean, she's not wrong, I guess. And besides, a member's a member, right?
Did Monica say she?
Hey, Ray. By any chance, are you looking for a club to join?
I mean, I guess so, but...
In that case, is there any chance you could do me a big favor? I won't ask you to join, but if you could at least visit my club, it would make me really happy. Please?
Well, I guess I have no reason to refuse. Besides, how could I ever refuse someone like Monica? Ray, are you stupid? I almost said something that'd make the snowflakes mad. Are you stupid, Ray? Like I said, from day one, Monica's evil. She's the one who's doing all of this. And, like I said, I should have rolled back eventually. Like, I knew I should have just rolled back and went with the Monica route, and I should have said best friends, but... whatever, it's too late. I know the mistakes I made. I knew the exact 2 moments that I should have changed. I can't change them now. My saves have been erased. I don't care. If this is Monica's game, we'll play it. I'll choose her route this time.
Huh. Awesome. You're really sweet, Ray, you know that?
It's nothing, really.
Shall we go, then? I'll look for the materials another time, you know. You're more important.
And thus today marks the day I sold my soul to Monica and her irresistible smile. I timidly followed Monica across the school and upstairs, a section of the school I rarely visit, being generally used for third-year classes and activities. They should have used Yuri or... not even Yuri, because she's too sad. She should have used Natsuki instead of using Monica, just to make Monica look less suspicious, because I already knew Monica was evil from the get-go. So if I knew that, then I would assume most people would eventually catch on, at least by this point. Like, I already came in knowing she was evil, but I'd assume people, at least by now, would have figured it out. I'd be super surprised that if, even at this point, people don't realize that Monica is the evil mastermind right now.
I'm back! And I brought a guest with me. A guest? Seriously? You brought a boy? Way to kill the atmosphere! Don't be mean, Natsuki. But anyway, welcome to the club, Ray.
All words escape me in this situation. This club is full of incredibly cute girls.
So let me guess. You're Monica's boyfriend, right?
What? No, I'm not.
Natsuki.
The girl with the sour attitude, whose name is apparently Natsuki, is one I don't recognize. Her small figure makes me think she's probably first year.
Anyways, this is Natsuki, energetic and as usual. And this is Yuri, the vice president. It's nice to meet you.
Yuri, who appears comparable, more mature and timid, seems to have a hard time keeping up with someone like Natsuki. Yeah, it's nice to meet both of you.
So, I ran into Ray in a classroom and decided to come check out the club. Isn't that great? Wait, Monica, didn't I tell you to let me know in advance before you brought anyone new? I was going to, well, you know. Sorry. I didn't forget that, but I just happened to run into him. In that case, I should at least make some tea, right? Yeah, that would be great. Why don't you come sit down, Ray?
The girls have a few desks arranged to form a table. Yuri walks to the corner of the room and opens a closet. Well, at least Yuri didn't die. I'm assuming she almost died, though. Meanwhile, Monica and Natsuki sit across from each other. Still feeling awkward, I take a seat next to Monica.
So, I know you didn't really plan on coming here, but we'll make sure you feel right at home, okay? As president of the Literature Club, it's my duty to make the club fun and exciting for everyone.
I'm surprised there aren't more people in the club yet. It must be hard to start a new club.
You could put it that way. Not many people are very interested in putting out all the effort to start something brand new. Especially when it's something that doesn't grab your attention like literature. You have to work hard to convince people that you're both fun and worthwhile. But it makes school events like the festival that much more important. I'm confident that we can all really grow from this club before we graduate. Right, Natsuki? Well, I guess.
Natsuki's reluctantly agrees. Such different girls, all interested in the same goal. Monika must have worked really hard just to find these two. Ray returns to the table, carrying a tea set. She carefully places a teacup in front of each of us before sitting down the tea pot in the middle. You keep a whole tea set in the classroom?
Don't worry, the teachers gave us permission. After all, doesn't a hot cup of tea help you enjoy a good book?
I guess.
Don't let yourself get intimidated. Yuri's just trying to impress you. That's not...
Insulted, Yuri looks away.
I mean to Matt that, you know...
I believe you. Well, tea and reading might not be a pastime for me, but at least I enjoy tea.
I'm glad.
Yuri faintly smiles to herself in relief.
So, Ray, what kinds of things do you like to read?
Well, concerning how little I've read these past few years, I don't really have a good way of answering that. Manga. I mutter quietly to myself, half joking. Natsuki's head suddenly pricks up. It looks like she wants to say something, but she keeps quiet.
And not much of a reader, I guess.
Well, that can change. What am I saying? I'm trying to go through this as fast as I can because, like, we already gone through all of this. Like, I just want to fix everything. Well, I guess technically, assuming this is being hardcore, I can't fix this, but I at least want to end the game as fast as possible. I spoke without thinking after seeing Yuri's sad smile. Anyway, what about you, Yuri?
Well, let's see.
Yuri traces the rim of her teacup with her finger.
My favorites are usually novels that build deep and complex fantasy worlds. The level of creativity and craftsmanship behind them is amazing to me. And telling a good story in such a foreign world is equally impressive.
Yuri goes on, clearly passionate about her reading. She seems so reserved and timid since the moment I walked in, but it's obvious by the way her eyes light up that she finds her comfort in the world of books, not people.
But you know, I like a lot of things. Stories with deep psychological elements usually immerses me as well. Isn't it amazing how a writer can so desperately take advantage of your own lack of imagination to completely throw you for a loop? Anyway, I've been reading a lot of horror lately.
I read a horror book once. I just really grasped something I could relate to at a minimal level. At this rate, Yuri might as well be having a conversation with a rock.
Haha, I expect that from you, Yuri. It suits your personality. Oh, is that so? Really, if a story makes me think, or takes me to another world, then I really can't put it down. So real horror is often very successful at changing the way you look at the world, if only for a brief moment. Ugh, I hate horror. Oh, why's that?
And then she looks at me.
Well, I just...
Natsuki's eyes dart over to me for a split second.
Never mind. That's right, you usually like to write about cute things, don't you, Natsuki? Oh, what? What did you do that idea? You left a piece of scrap paper behind last club meeting. It looked like you were working on a poem called... Don't say it out loud! And give it back! Fine, fine.
Natsuki, you write your own poems?
Well, I guess sometimes. What do you care?
I think that's impressive. Why don't you share them sometime?
No,
Natsuki averts her eyes.
you wouldn't like them.
Not a very confident writer yet.
I understand how Natsuki feels. Sharing that level of writing takes more than just confidence. The truest form of writing is writing to oneself. You must be willing to open up to your readers, exposing your vulnerabilities and showing even the deepest reaches of your heart. Do you have writing experience too, Yuri? Maybe if you share some of your work, you can set an example and help Natsuki feel comfortable enough to share hers.
I guess it's the same for Yuri. We all sit in silence for a moment.
Hey, just got an idea. How about this?
Natsuki and Yuri look quizzically at Monika.
Let's all go home and write a poem of our own. Then, next time we meet, we'll all share them with each other. That way, everyone is even. I mean, I thought it was a good idea. Well, I think you're right, Monika. we should probably start finding activities for all of us to participate in together. I did decide to take on the responsibility of Vice President after all.
So you have a glitch there, since she's Vice President now instead of Theory?
I need to put my best to nurture the club as well as its members. Besides, now we have a new member. Seems like a good step for us to take. Do you agree as well, Ray?
Hold on, there's still one problem.
What's that?
Now that we've reached the most important topic, I bluntly come forth with what's been on my mind the entire time. I never said I would join this club. Monica may have convinced me to stop by, but I never made any decision. I still have other clubs to look at, and I lose my train of thoughts. All three girls stare back at me with dejected eyes.
But I'm sorry, I thought...
Eh? The girls exchange glances before Monica turns back to me.
I guess I need to tell you the truth, Ray. Thing is, we don't have enough members yet to form an official club.
Yeah, because you need 4, I guess.
We need 4. And I've been trying really, really hard to find new members. And if we don't find one more for the festival...
I'm defenseless against these girls. How am I supposed to make a clear-headed decision when it's like this? I would feel terrible for letting everyone down in this situation. And besides, the club itself seems pretty relaxed. So if writing poems is the price I need to pay in order to spend every day with these beautiful girls... Right. Okay, I've decided then. I'll join the literature club. One by one, the girls' eyes light up.
Oh my goodness, Ray. Really? Do you really mean that, Ray?
Yeah. It could be fun, right?
You really did scare me for a moment. I mean, if you really just left after all this, I would be super pissed. Ray, I'm so happy. We can become an official club now. Thank you so much for this. It's really amazing. I'll do everything I can to give you a great time, okay?
Thanks, I guess.
Okay, everyone. I think that we can officially end today's meeting on a good note. Everyone remember tonight's assignment. Write a poem to bring the next meeting, so we can all share.
Monica looks over at me once more.
Ray, look forward to seeing how you express yourself. Hehe.
Yeah. Can I really impress the class star Monica with my mediocre writing skills? I already feel the anxiety welling up inside of me. Meanwhile, the girls continue to chit-chat as Yuri cleans up the tea set. I guess I'll be on my way then.
Okay. I'll see you tomorrow then. I can't wait.
With that, I depart the club room and make my way home. The whole way, my mind wanders back and forth between the 3 girls. Natsuki, Yuri, and of course Monica. Will I really be happy spending every day after school in Literature Club? Perhaps I'll have the chance to grow closer to one of these girls. Alright. I'll just need to make the most of my circumstances, and I'm sure good fortune will find me. And I guess that starts with writing a poem tonight. You have unlocked a special poem. Would you like to read it? Yeah. Can you hear me? And now we only have Yuri and Natsuki. Alright, so... I'm just gonna go randomly and we'll see what happens. I'm actually gonna pick what I like. I like bubbles. Despise. Tone. Let's go evil, I don't care. Anger. Suicide. Disaster. Judgment. Heartbeats. Alone. Whisper. Graveyard. Scars. Grief. Contamination. Misfortune. Death. Massacre. Depression. Horror. And melancholy? Hopeless. Well, thanks for that.
Hi again, Ray. Glad to see you didn't run away on us.
Nah, don't worry. This might be a little strange for me, but at least I keep my word. Well, I'm back at the Literature Club. where Monica is ruining my life. I was the last to come in, so everyone else is already hanging out. The heck?
Thanks for keeping your promise, Ray. I hope this isn't overwhelming of a commitment for you.
I wonder what happens if you actually just go Monica route from the get-go.
Making you dive headfirst into literature when you're not accustomed to it.
This, Natsuki over there.
Oh, come on. Like he deserves any slack. You already had to be dragged here by Monica. I don't know if you plan to just come here and hang out or what. But if you don't take it seriously, then you won't see the end of it.
Can you not be in front of the text?
Natsuki, you certainly have a big mouth for someone who keeps all their manga collection in the club room.
Natsuki finds herself stuck between saying Monica and manga.
Manga is literature!
Swiftly defeated, Natsuki plops her back into her seat.
I'm sorry, Ray. Well, we'll make sure to put your comfort first, okay?
Yuri shoots Natsuki with a disappointed glance.
Anyway.
Did the music just dip there for a second?
Now that you're in the club, I'm all...
I also don't have my left headphone in so I can hear my voice. So, some of the audio cues I might not pick up on. Maybe, should I have both in just in case there's something playing in the left ear instead of the right one? I guess I should, shouldn't I? I'll have it slightly in, but not too in.
Now that you're in the club and all, perhaps you might have interest in picking up a book to read.
Well, I can't really say no either way. Like you said, I'm in this club now. So it only feels right for me to do something like that, if you ask.
Oh, wait. I didn't mean it like that. If you don't really want to, then forget I said anything, I guess.
No, it's not that, Yuri. I want to try to be part of this club. So even if I don't read often, I'd be happy to pick up a book if you wanted me to.
Are you sure? I just felt like, well, as vice president and all, that it should help you get started on something you might like.
Yuri reached into her bag and pulled out a book.
I didn't want you to feel left out, so I picked out a book and thought you might enjoy. It's a short read, so it should keep your attention, even if you don't usually read.
See, there's a dip there in the sound. Also, I just realized that the room is tilted. I don't know if it's always been tilted like this. Also, Yuri is kind of clipping off of the, clipping out of the scene.
And we could, you know, discuss it if you wanted.
This is... How's this girl accidentally being so cute? The picture is definitely zooming in because it's making me dizzy. And I think that's the point. So the background is moving. How is this girl accidentally being so cute? She even picked out a book she thinks I'll like, despite me not reading much. Yeah, the background is zooming in slowly. Extremely slowly because I'm paying attention to this right here. This chair wasn't touching the rim of the screen, and now it is. So yeah, the background's zooming in so slowly just to disorient you. Enough so that you might not pick up on it, but still have an effect on you. Yuri, thank you. I'll definitely read this. I enthusiastically take the book.
Phew. Well, you can read it at your own pace. I look forward to hearing what you think.
Now that everyone's settled in, I expected Monica to kick off some scheduled activities for the club. But that doesn't seem to be the case. Yuri's face is already buried in a book. I can't help but notice her intense expression, like she was waiting for this chance. Meanwhile, Natsuki is rummaging around in the closet. I'm really curious to talk to Yuri a little bit more, but at the same time, I'd feel bad for distracting her from reading. I catch a glimpse of the cover of her book. It looks like the same book that she lent me. More than that, she seems to be on the first few pages. Is this because I went all in on Yuri? Crap. I think she noticed me looking at her. She sneaks another glance at me, and our eyes meet for a split second. But that only makes her hide her face deeper in the book. Sorry, I was just spacing out. I muttered this, sensing I made her uncomfortable.
Oh, it's fine. If I was focused, then I probably wouldn't have noticed in the first place. But I'm just rereading a bit of this, so...
That's the book that you gave me, right?
Mm-hmm. I want to reread it, some of it.
Oh, you see that her eyes were, separated.
Not for any particular reason.
Just curious, how come you have two copies of the same book? So I'm trying to read this so fast that I might not be picking up on the subtle glitching changes that it's doing. I'll try to pay more attention.
I stopped at the bookstore yesterday. That's not what I meant. I mean, I just happened to buy 2 of them.
Ah, I see. There's something fairly obvious here that Yuri isn't telling me, but I decided to let it go. I'll definitely start reading it soon.
I'm glad to hear it. Once it starts to pick up, you might have a hard time putting it down.
I saw that, Yuri.
It's a very engaging and relatable story.
Is that so? Relatable, as in I'm being trapped in this purgatory with Monika. What's the story about anyway?
Well,
I'll look at the cover of the book. The book is titled Portrait of Markov. There's an ominous-looking eye symbol on the front cover.
basically, it's about this religious camp that was turned into a human experiment prison. And the people trapped there have their trait, this trait that turns them into killing machines that lust of blood.
Am I a killing machine?
But the facility gets even worse, and they start selectively breeding people by cutting off their limbs and affixating them to... Oh, that might be a little of a spoiler.
Yeah.
But anyway, I'm really into it. The book, I mean. Nothing about the limbs.
Well, we know you're a freak, so you don't have to hide it. That's kind of dark, isn't it? It made it sound like it was going to be a nice story. So that dark turn came from nowhere.
Are you not a fan of that sort of thing, Ray?
I think it's pretty dope. No, it's not that. I mean, I can definitely enjoy those kinds of stories, so don't worry.
I hope so.
Yeah, I totally forgot that Yuri is into those things. Forgot, you never knew in the first place. She's so shy and reclusive on the outside, but her mind seems to be completely different. But you don't actually know this yet, Ray. You're deja vuing.
It's just that this kind of story, it's the kind that challenges you to look at life from a strange kind of perspective. Perspective. When horrible things happen, not just because someone wants to be evil, but because the world is full of horrible people, and we're all worthless anyway. Then suddenly, I'm rambling, aren't I? Not again. I'm sorry.
Hey, don't apologize. I haven't lost interest or anything.
Well, I guess it's alright then. But I feel like I should let you know that I have this problem. When I let things like books or writing fill my thoughts,
My whole body's something.
I kind of forget to pay attention to other people. So I'm sorry if I end up saying something strange. And please stop me if I start talking too much.
I really don't think you need to worry. That just means you're passionate about reading. The least I can do is listen. It's a literature club after all.
That's true.
In fact, I might as well get started reading it, right?
Yes! I mean, you don't have to, but...
What are you saying? Let me just get the book. I quickly retrieved the book that I had put in my bag. Alright, it's fine if I sit here, right? I slip into the next seat next to Yuri.
Yeah.
Are you sure? You seem a little apprehensive.
I'm sorry. It's not that I don't want you to. It's just something I'm not very used to. That is, reading in company with someone.
I see. Well, just tell me if I end up distracting you or anything.
Oh, alright.
I open the book and start the prologue. I soon understand what Yuri means about reading in company. It's as if I can feel her presence over my shoulder as I read. And it's not a particularly bad thing. Maybe a little distracting, but the feeling is somewhat comforting. Yuri is in the corner of my eye. I realize that she's not actually looking at her own book. I glance over. It looks like she's reading from my book instead.
Sorry.
I was just bathing in something. The blood, probably, of the innocent. Yuri, you really apologize. Oh my god. Yuri, you really apologize a lot, don't you?
I do?
Let me read, those black lines. I wanted to actually read those. And not actually do it in the girl voice, but a different voice.
I don't really mean to. Sorry. I mean...
Here, this should work, right? I sat at my desk into it up against Yuri, then hold my book more between the two of them. I didn't write that poem all emo for Yuri just so we get the scene. I'm not choosing anyone but Monika. We're ending this now. We're not going through this again.
I suppose so.
Yuri timidly closes her own copy. Once we each lean in a little bit, our shoulders are almost touching. It feels like my left arm is in the way, so instead I use my right hand to hold the book open. I guess that makes it kind of difficult to turn the page.
Here.
Okay, we have a CG now. Even though saving means nothing. Also, I think, don't I have one on page 6? Oh, I erased the one on page 6. Well, I need this to actually continue the game, so don't freaking erase these saves, please. So there's our CG for this, if we didn't get any earlier. I don't think we did. Yuri takes her left arm and holds the left side of the book between her thumb and forefinger. I do the same with my right arm on the right side of the book. That way, I turn a page and Yuri slides it under her thumb after it flips to her side. But in holding it like this, we're huddled even closer together than before. It's actually kind of distracting me. It's as if I can feel the warmth of Yuri's face, and she's in the corner of my vision.
Are you ready?
Eh?
Turn the page.
Sorry. She's looking at me now. I think I got a bit distracted for a second. I glance over at Yuri's face again, and our eyes meet. I don't know how I'll be able to keep up with her.
That's okay. You're not as used to reading, right? I don't mind being patient, if it takes you a bit longer.
And she gave us a smile now.
It's probably the least I can do, since you've been so patient with me.
Yeah. Thanks. We continue reading. Yuri no longer asks me if I'm ready to turn the page. Instead, I just assume that she's finished the page before me, so I turn it by my own volition. We continue the first chapter in silence. Even so, turning each page almost feels like an intimate exchange. That would be pretty cool to do with someone. My thumb gently letting go of the page, letting it flutter over to her side as she catches it under her own thumb. I think I've probably done this before. Hey Yuri. Like reading a book with someone in my youth. This might be a silly thought, but the main character kind of reminds me of you a little bit.
Eh?
What is this, Yuri? Huh? What is this main character doing? Killing people?
No. I don't really like this character at all. Definitely not.
Really? I was just thinking that the way she second guesses things, she says, and all that.
That's what you're talking about. Sorry. I thought you meant something else about her.
Well, the fact that she kills people and she likes knives and she cuts herself and she's into blood, she's like a fetish for blood. Yeah, I meant that. Something else?
Never mind. We didn't even get that far yet. So, I don't know why that came into my head.
Yuri, are you feeling alright?
Eh?
Yuri's been a little fidgety ever since we started reading. You can rest if you're feeling sick or something. Your breathing is a little...
I'm breathing?
Yuri puts her hands on her chest as if to feel her heartbeat.
I didn't even notice. Anyway, I'm fine.
She says with crazy face.
I just need some water.
Alright, don't push yourself. Yuri stands up and practically rushes out of the classroom. What on earth was that about?
Ray? Did something happen just now?
I have no idea. Yuri was acting a little strange, I guess.
So you don't know anything?
Sorry, I can't say I do. Are you worried about her?
Oh, no, not really. I was just making sure that you didn't do anything to her.
Why? Why do you care? You're gonna kill her. Like, if I keep talking to her, you're gonna kill her, so what do you know? I mean, she might kill some people because she's a freak herself, but you're no one to judge, Monica. No, nothing.
Don't worry, I believe you, silly. Yuri just does this sometimes, so it's nothing alarming.
Alright, if you say so.
Anyway, why don't we start with sharing our poems with each other?
Eh? Shouldn't we wait for Yuri?
Well, she might be a while, so I just figured we'd start without her. Is that okay?
Yeah, I was just asking. I stand up. Make a mental note of where I left off in the book, then slip it back into my bag. Why don't you have a bookmark? Not scare Monica. Obviously Monica, because we just had to go full Monica. But that will be the next episode. So yeah, guys, thanks for watching. I don't know if I'll fix this. It's probably not meant to be fixed. It's kind of cool. I kind of like it. Now, I like my horror stuff. I was kind of annoyed there for a while, just going through all like the normal stuff, because I was just like, there's too much like pressure on like when am I gonna screw up? How long is it gonna take me to screw up? When is someone gonna get killed? And now that Saturday is dead, it's a relief. She's gone. I screwed up. Now we can just get into the horror part of the game. That's actually probably the coolest part of the game. So yeah, guys, thanks for... I mean, that's kind of cold, but whatever. So yeah, guys, thanks for watching. Tune into the next episode. Like, subscribe, comment if you do. See ya.